The Xbox as we know it is dying. From a number of recent comments by past Xbox executives to major decisions such as not releasing a Pro console, to partnering with Asus for their handheld, to even canceling major series such as Forza Motorsport. Yeah, things are not looking great for the Xbox. Or is this all done on purpose? Could Xbox have a secret master plan to dominate the gaming market in the near future? Things are not looking future. Well, here's everything we know about the future of the Xbox. Also, we've just released some stunning new packs in our app wallpapers. We've got Radiant Ravines by Name, as well as iconic icons by Zulfan, Corner Cascade by Alisher, Striking Skylines by Sam, as well as two of my favorites, Radiant Glow by Arif, which is what you can also see in the background, and Summer Spirit by Volrod. These are all available in 1x1 8K, and honestly, the quality of them is truly incredible. You won't find any higher quality wallpapers anywhere else. So feel free to download wallpapers for free using the link below, or simply search for wallpapers in the App Store or the Play Store. So let's start off with the Pro console, because unlike Sony, Microsoft decided not to release a mid-generational upgrade this time around. Back with the last generation, things were pretty clear. We had the Xbox One and the One S going head-to-head with the PlayStation 4, and for the enthusiasts, we had the Xbox One X competing with the PS4 Pro, delivering much more performance at a higher price tag. In fact, the Xbox One X's GPU delivered over 6 teraflops of power compared to the PS4 Pro's 4.2, so it was a monster. In fact, it even had a more powerful GPU than the recent Xbox Series X. But fast forward to today, and there's no Xbox to rival the new PS5 Pro, which automatically means less console sales for Microsoft, on top of the already poor sales. So what actually happened? Well, Phil Spencer, the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, explained that he couldn't justify releasing a mid-cycle refresh, as any improvements would have been minimal. Still, does this mean that if you're looking for the most powerful console you can buy right now, that would no longer be an Xbox like it's been the case since the Xbox One X? Then it's the whole handheld situation. Some of you guys may remember from the leaked Microsoft Activision Blizzard documents from a while ago that the Xbox team was in fact working on a new dedicated handheld. Well, if you were excited about that as much as I was, well, that's no longer coming. At least not as a first-party handheld, as Xbox have just announced that they were partnering with Asus for their handheld, which would be the ROG Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X. These handhelds would run on Windows under the new optimized handheld mode and give players access to Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, Remote Play, and more. Now, I don't want to sound too harsh, but let's be honest. This new handheld looks almost identical to the ROG Ally X, just with an Xbox button and slightly tweaked grips. And while I've got no doubt that the device will be great when it supposedly launches in October 2025, but honestly, I think we were all expecting more. A lot more. But if that wasn't strange enough, well, here's where things get even weirder. We've had rumors of the Steam store actually coming to the Xbox, and as of today, you can already launch the Steam app directly from the Xbox app on PC, so this is definitely a possibility. But here's the thing, Xbox is focusing heavily on Game Pass now, so surely having Steam would go against this whole Game Pass strategy. And yes, while they could strike a deal with Valve for them to get a cut from every game that sells on an Xbox by Steam, even then, that cut would not be massive. And I'm pretty sure that they would just make way more money from the Game Pass sales directly. Plus, what would stop people just buying the game on the Steam browser or on their PC and then just getting instant access to it on their Xbox, therefore bypassing that whole Steam commission? But then we also have to address the elephant in the room, the massive layoffs from last month. Back in June, Microsoft laid off over 9,000 employees, and a significant portion of those cuts came from the Xbox division. And this, by the way, is in addition to the 6,000 employees already laid off in May, so the total is over 15,000 this year alone. Oh, and to make things even worse, the Xbox Game Studios executive, Matt Turnbull, actually suggested that recently laid off employees turn to AI chatbots to deal with losing their jobs. In a now deleted LinkedIn post, he recommended tools like ChatGPT to help reduce the emotional and cognitive load of unemployment. Yeah, not exactly the support that people were hoping for. But what was the reason behind these layoffs? Well, Phil Spencer said in a message to the team that in order to position gaming for the enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of our business. What's even more is that these layoffs have sadly impacted a lot of Microsoft-owned game studios as well, with several having been partially or even completely shut down as a result of these layoffs. Among the most notable is Raven Software, a key co-developer on Activision's upcoming Call of Duty Black Ops 7. They've also contributed significantly to Call of Duty Warzone and Black Ops 6. Several other studios have been hit really hard as well. For example, British developer Rare has reportedly had Everwild cancelled, while ZeniMax Online Studios, who are known for the Elder Scrolls Online, have also seen their new MMORPG project, codenamed Blackbird, scrapped as well. Then The Initiative, one of Microsoft's newest studios, is also being shut down. The project, Perfect Dark, has also been cancelled, despite a trailer being shown just last year. And then longtime Call of Duty collaborators High Moon Studios and Sledgehammer Games have both been really impacted by the cuts as well. And even Halo developers, formerly 343 Industries, have also been affected, despite working on multiple upcoming titles. Then Doom and Quake co-developer Alfonso Romero, who started Romero Games in 2015, revealed that an unnamed publisher, reportedly Microsoft, has pulled funding from their next project. And finally, one of the largest studios that has also been affected is Churn 10 Studios, the developer of Forza Motorsport, with over 50% of their employees being laid off, and with the rest of the team now focusing on the Horizon series. Basically, Forza Motorsport, one of the most iconic Xbox exclusives, has now been cancelled. This was also confirmed on a Facebook post by Fred Russell, a former developer for the Forza series. However, truth be told, the Horizon series was much more successful than Motorsport, especially since its release on the PS5. It grew in popularity even more. Which leads me to the next point. Xbox exclusives coming to the PS5. Like, Forza Horizon was always known to be a console seller, with customers buying an Xbox just to play that game. Well, now it's on the PS5 as well. And another notable title is Hellblade 2, again, one of the exclusives at launch on Xbox, which also made its way to the PS5 as well. Other upcoming games include Gears of War, Reloaded, and even a new Halo game that's also going to be coming to the PS5. And while it is awesome to have games available on as many platforms as possible, having even less and less exclusives on the Xbox will obviously result in people not even bothering with buying an Xbox. If you can just buy a PS5 and play all the PS5 exclusives plus the Xbox games on a more powerful console. So with all of this being said, things are not looking great for the Xbox team at all. And the funny thing is that all these decisions were actually made by that Xbox team. And I'm not the only one who thinks this is quite weird. We had quite a hot take from Laura Fryer, one of the original founders of the Xbox. She stated in a YouTube livestream that there's no reason for anyone to buy this new handheld that Microsoft and Asus are working on, and that from her point of view, it looks like Xbox has no desire or literally cannot deliver new hardware, and that she personally thinks that the Xbox hardware is dead. It is worth noting that Laura left Xbox back in 2009, so over 16 years ago, but as one of the original founders, I would say her voice still carries weight. And same goes for Mike Ibarra, the former vice president of gaming at Xbox, who was at Xbox for nearly 2 decades, and he was instrumental in the development of the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X, as well as Game Pass, leaving the company in 2019. He recently tweeted that he's disappointed that Xbox is confused and doesn't know who it is and what it should be. But what if they're all wrong? What if the Xbox has a secret strategy, one that relies on Game Pass and letting you play any game on any platform? Console, PC, handhelds, and even competitor consoles. Well, this may just be the case, as Xbox made a huge announcement about a month ago where they stated that they have been strengthening their relationship with AMD and that they are working closely together on some new hardware. They said their mission is you being able to play the games that you want anywhere you want, with the people you want. Handheld, on PC, in the cloud, and also on accessories, which was a bit of a weird statement, with them already working on a portfolio of devices for both your living room and for your hands. Yeah, unclear if this is an actual Xbox handheld or if this simply referred to the Asus version. They also promised to bring full backwards compatibility with all the existing Xbox game libraries and also deliver next level performance with cutting edge graphics. So yeah, based on these comments, they will be making more hardware in the future. And if the rumors are true and we do get Steam on this new Xbox in addition to the Xbox Store, then I do think I see Microsoft's endgame strategy here. Having Game Pass as their main source of income, which you can run on anything basically, and then also selling hardware themselves for extra revenue. Although, you don't necessarily have to buy their hardware to play Xbox games, as third-party hardware would also be fine. This kind of makes me think of Microsoft's already existing Surface laptop strategy, where you can run Windows on any PC basically, but if you want something with a really nice build, and also some extra refinements in terms of design and also software, then a Surface would be the best way to experience Windows. Although this does raise the question, is Game Pass actually sustainable? Well, Rafael Colantonio, a central figure in game design, has also criticized Game Pass, stating in a post on X that I think Game Pass is an unsustainable model that has been increasingly damaging the industry for a decade. What's even more is that Xbox Game Pass subscriptions have reportedly passed 35 million users, according to the Microsoft Program Manager's update on LinkedIn. That's a small jump from the 34 million subscribers that Microsoft confirmed back in February of 2024, and an even smaller jump from the 25 million subscribers from late 2022. At 35 million users and at an average price of $15, Game Pass is generating $500 million a month. Now, yes, that's a lot of money, but is that really enough to fully fund big AAA exclusives like Call of Duty that actually cost close to $1 billion to make, and also fund all of these AAA titles consistently alongside the medium-sized ones and also the smaller developers? Plus, Game Pass has totally changed how we play games, and not always in a good way. Since you're not buying individual games anymore, there's no real reason to stick with one. If you don't like it, you can just move on to the next one in your library. And I feel like small to medium-sized studios are the ones that suffer the most from this. Yeah, getting a Game Pass deal might help a game get finished and launched, but what about after that? If it just gets buried in a massive library next to some AAA titles, there's actually little chance for that studio to continue to make money after its launch. So what can we take away from all of this? Well, I think it's clear that Xbox is shifting towards a play anywhere approach, placing less and less emphasis on their first-party hardware. The Xbox on TV experience is shaping up to be a major success. All you need is a smart TV and any compatible controller. It doesn't even have to be an official Xbox One. Plus, we also got the new Xbox version of the Meta Quest 3S, which has Game Pass built in. All of this further highlights Xbox's move away from their traditional first-party hardware push. Meanwhile, Sony's focusing on actual hardware and exclusives, which has been the traditional gaming model for decades now. Although Sony have also been releasing their games on PC now, so maybe, just maybe, Xbox is right. And maybe the best approach is what they'll be doing in the near future, which is having Game Pass available on pretty much any platform, and then also having both first-party and third-party hardware. Yeah, I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on everything down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it does help the YouTube algorithm push this video to more and more people. And do subscribe if you want to see more Xbox related videos like this one. I'm Daniel, this is Of Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Of Tech, signing out. Cheers.
Today, we have a great video. You're gonna learn some English today. And if you don't learn English, well, at least you're gonna practice English. Either way, you're gonna learn, you're gonna practice. It's a win-win. You gotta watch this video to the end. You will not be sorry, I promise you that. I wanted to do a speaking practice video, a speaking exercise video. By the way, I'm in Mexico. I'm back in Hispanic America, baby. I was in Asia for 8 months. I'm back, and I'm better than ever. I'm excited. That's just a little update for my friends, my fans, you know, people who care where I am and what I'm doing. But let's get back to the English learning. All right, so I did my research. I watched one other video on YouTube about speaking exercise, speaking practice. That was a joke, by the way. Surprise, surprise, I didn't like that video. I thought it was horrible. So I'm gonna do my own version, but this is how we're gonna do it. I'm not gonna pause the video so that you can speak. That's boring. You have the responsibility of pausing the video. That's your job, okay? That's not my job. This video is gonna be flowing. It's gonna be flowing. It's gonna keep going. It's not gonna stop for you. So you have to stop it. You have to pause the video. You need to imitate me. You need to copy me. This is how it's gonna work. I have some common phrases or sentences or things that we might say, us native speakers from the United States, typically people between the ages of 20 and 40. This isn't like super slang, this is just how we talk. This is everyday English for us. This is normal English. With each phrase, I'm going to be imagining a scene. I'm gonna be doing a little acting where I'm pretending that I'm talking to someone, and I'm using this phrase and other phrases, and you might not know all of these. So you can learn English and you can practice speaking by pausing the video and copying me. And you might have to go back and repeat, okay? Okay, I'm gonna take off my jacket thing because it's getting hot in here. All right, so let's just get right into it. Let's go. Oh, it's 10 a.m. and Lau is still sleeping? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. Yeah, she usually sleeps this long. Oh, it's 11? She's still sleeping? Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, what you been up to? Hey, what you been up to? What you doing? What you been up to? What you been doing? Not much. Not much, just, you know, working. Not much, just doing, I don't know.